Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today on the Financial Coffee channel. Men are refusing to pay for dates, and women are losing their minds. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time. Drizzle lives on.
I don't think a lot of girls realize this, but the moment that man stops paying for you is the moment he stops liking you. Let's talk about it. It was like weekend 2 of this guy and I hanging out, and I will never forget. We are in the line of Chick-fil-A and he lets me order first, but he's keeping the distance. So I just pulled out my debit card and paid for my meal.
He didn't have you pay. You just paid for yourself.
And that's when I realized that the energy had shifted. Prior to that, he was paying for all of our meals. He was pursuing me. He was trying to impress me and date me. In that moment of me paying for my Chick-fil-A, I felt like his homie.
I don't think that your boyfriends should be paying for your lifestyle. And hear me out. I don't know if this is a hot take, and I don't know if people aren't going to agree with this, but it needs to be said. If you and your boyfriend both work at Burger King, how is he expected to pay for your hair and your nails and pick and drop you off from school and pay for all your food and pay for all your dates?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense. You should be dating much older guys if you want those benefits. Being on our boyfriends or partners.
She ain't wrong in a set. I can't falter on this logic.
Because they can't pay for everything in your life. He's not your dad. But I don't think that if your boyfriend is probably as young as you and he can't afford his lifestyle and yours while saving for his future, that makes him a bad guy. Are we kind of being unrealistic? I don't know. You tell me.
To attract a mate, women only need to be, men need to become. You never see the princess getting married to the peasant, but you always see the prince marrying the poor girl. Do you know why? Women are in business, men are in love.
I've just noticed that men who are weird about spending money on women are just really immature. They're immature.
You know who's immature? Women that don't want to spend money on themselves when they go on dates. That's because you're broke, dusty, musty, crusties. That's why you're immature. You can't even afford to do basic, normal things that adults do. It's like going out on dates and paying for your own meal. Come on.
They have low self-esteem. They don't tend to like women. A man who gives a shit about you will share his resources with you. He'll spend his resources on you. I'll never date a man who's weird about money ever again. I'll never date a man who is not willing to spend his money on me ever again.
Men should always pay on the first date, and this is why. There's about to be $2,000 on my face. If you're a girl, make sure the man pays. Don't waste $2,000 on nothing.
Well, people, welcome to the clown show. She just claimed to have $2,000 on her face. What a scam. I mean, look at her face, man. Look at her dirty lips. I don't think that she's even 25 years old, but she has already gone through so much plastic surgery. And to be honest, I don't believe that she really needed that plastic surgery in the first place. But what do I know?
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months, you are paying my bill. And if you're not, bye-bye. 7 billion people in the world. If you can't do it, somebody else will. So I have no shame. I'm kind of sort of trying to find somebody.
Yeah, no shame because you're broke, dusty, musty, crusties online begging.
To bring me food to a guy, and I said, yeah, after 3 months, pay my bills. And he said, no. A guy knows. Oh, if I really like her and she's not crazy, yeah, I would pay her bills. Maybe I threw it out there too soon. I don't understand the investment and the benefit and how we're trying to make sure that we're not getting played. I can't help you, men. Don't talk.
How are you getting played? We're the ones that are getting played.
Talk to us. You're not the one. We're not talking to brokies.
How you can tell if a man really has money. And it's actually a very easy test. So apparently there's this new study where all you have to do is take a man's hand like this, and if his ring finger is longer than his pointer finger, so this one would have to be longer than this one. I mean, my nails make it hard to see, but if it's longer, it means he has money. What? So now I know what I'm doing on every single
ring finger longer than pointer finger. I don't got money.
First date from now on.
Lies.
Give me your hand.
Well, I guess I have money. At least according to her. Check this out. Both my ring fingers are longer than my pointer fingers.
Yeah, same.
But guys, that is not true at all. I'm severely broke and dusty.
I think I'm gonna leave, but I need you to pay the bills.
Again, I used to hate on her eating like this on the videos, but it's actually pretty funny.
I'm not paying the bill. Like,
I can't afford to pay the bill. I get paid on Friday. I was thinking maybe you just look out this time. I mean, you did ask me to come out to eat.
I didn't ask you. You asked me to come out to eat.
Well, I sat here and pretended like
so
I cared
awkward.
about what you said for like an hour. I think it'd be respectful for you to
my
just
God.
pay the bill.
Oh my God. Like, I'll pay it just because, like, you seem like you...
How about you see if your sister can cash out you some money for us?
Are you being serious right now?
I'll cover the tip if you want to, like...
If you have the tip, then I'm not going to sit here and argue with someone about paying a bill. I'll pay it, but, like, that's so sad that you would, like, ask somebody
Well,
else.
if you'll pay it, then what's the big deal? Now, come over here. Let me feel on it.
I'm on my way to a paid date with a 70-year-old. I've been on a handful now of paid dates, and this is probably the oldest I've ever done. I was a little apprehensive to do it just because he is so much older, but I need some extra spending money for Vegas this weekend, so why not? I just got back from Siesta Keys. I've been traveling so much this summer, so it could not hurt to make a little bit of extra spending money. And before anyone says some shit
ran through
about me being a bop, I literally don't do anything with these guys. Like, this is literally the only thing I do is go on paid dates. I would never ever do anything else. And they genuinely just want some company. They just want some human connection. Sometimes they're just in town on business. Like, that's really all it is. And I'm only there for like an hour, hour and a half. The whole time in completely public places. I would never ever go to their hotels or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm literally focused on the money, my friends, family, and God at the end of the day.
Really? You're going to shove God in there at the end right there? God's probably turning over. Just...
Okay, that's all I really need at the end of the day.
She is not doing anything else with those men besides those pay dates. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm not up to date with new words, but what the hell is a pay date? Can she just call it for what it is? She is basically doing the oldest known profession in the entire world, which I have no problem with. She can do whatever she wants. I don't care. She can even be an expert in that profession. But I tell you what, she doesn't have to insult our intelligence in the process. And why is she looking for validation from strangers anyway?
What would you do if you accidentally found yourself on a date with a 50-50, the bill comes, and he wants you to go halves? I've seen a lot of responses to this. Some of them are, I pretend I wouldn't have my purse on me. Me personally, I pay my half. With class, with dignity. I'm looking for a real man, a provider, someone that can provide for me, the household, the family that you said that you wanted. How else do you think we were going to have a family? If you can't provide, who's providing? I'm not going
These women really think they can belittle men with the way they're trying to shame us. You think I really give a fuck? You want money? I have money. You think I'm just going to throw it to you because you make me feel bad or in a certain way because I have money and don't want to spend it on you? Good luck.
I'm going to be working. I'm going to be raising the children that you said you wanted. I'm going to be cleaning. I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be looking good. What part of that sounds like 50-50?
I just turned down a first date I had said yes to. I like that he had made solid plans, but here's the deal breaker. I asked if he was going to send a car for me, and he responded with, "Do you really need that?" I mean, technically no one needs anything, but yes, that's what I want. He said that he's never had a girl ask, which is fair, but ladies, we need to step our game up. Following that, I nicely declined the date, thanked him for planning, then told him we can stay friends. You might think I'm crazy for that, but after going on multiple dates this past year, I realized there are very specific things I need and want. How someone approaches something goes to show their values. If you're not aligned, you'll have bigger issues down the road.
That's what I'm telling you guys. American Asian women, Western Asian women are almost worse than white women. They get to they somewhat know that they are probably the top of the echelon because they're Asian, that most men are yearning for them. So they have this bigger chip on their shoulders. There are Asian women that are very feminine and very submissive in a sense that come here in later ages. But if they were born here, they're going to be most likely like her.
And then you'll be stuck convincing someone to change.
Or even worse, having to beg for certain things. I've done all the above and never again.
Yeah, you're just a beggar. Like you just said, you have to beg for certain things. You broke, dusty, musty, crusty.
A man who is willing to spend money on me, I feel respected by him. I feel respected. I feel valued. I feel cared for. I feel prioritized. Like, it has altered my brain chemistry forever, and I will just never go back, right? And in terms of like personality differences between men who are willing to spend money and men who are not willing to spend money on women,
That's all they care about. He's just willing to spend money. No, not a personality. He's willing to take care of me. He's nice to me. He's cordial. He opens doors for me. He treats me right. Nope, it's just how much money.
I've just noticed that men who are weird about spending money on women are just like really immature. Like they're immature. They have low self-esteem. They don't tend to like women very much. They really don't. They tend to actually hate them.
And yet they go out on dates and put themselves out there because they hate women.
This isn't just something I've noticed in my own dating life. It's just I've also noticed this in the dating lives of my friends over the years. Like I've just yet to meet like a grown man who respects women but isn't willing to spend money on them. And maybe y'all have met somebody like that, but I haven't.
If a man doesn't spend his money on you, that does not mean that he's immature or that he has low self-esteem. Just like a man is not entitled to your body simply because he paid for your meal, you are not entitled to a man's wallet or bank account because you think he's your partner.
Mm-hmm. Whereas a man who's willing to spend money on women, like he tends to like women. He tends to respect women. He tends to respect...
She really has no clue. The men with money treat women as literal commodities because they can pay for you left and right and just run through you. I'm actually in the similar boat to where I make good enough money now to spend money on women, but why the hell would I? I have things I want to buy.
The value of a woman in his life, you know what I mean? And a woman brings a lot of value to a man's life, in my opinion. And I'm just gonna say this. I will never again partner with a man who's not willing to spend money on me. That is my God honest truth. Like I will not partner with a man who's weird.
Another God gets put in here again.
About money, who's weird about spending money on women, who's not willing to share his resources. I just won't do it. And it's not because like I want a provider or because I want to marry rich or because I don't want to work or because I want to like financially depend on a man. It's more about the fact that a man's willingness to spend money on me reflects something deeper. And that deeper thing
that you're a gold digger
shows up in other areas of the relationship I can't quite explain it. But like when I date a man who's not willing to spend money on me, I just don't feel valued or respected by him. I really don't. Like, I don't feel like he gives a...
Because you're just a prostitute. If you don't get money for your time and effort, you just feel like you're being used. So, yeah, prostitution probably feels that way.
I kind of feel like he's not super invested in the relationship. A man who gives a shit about you will share his resources with you. He'll spend his resources on you. I'll never date a man who's weird about money ever again. I'll never date a man who is not willing to spend his money on me ever again.
I mean, tell me you're broke without telling me you're broke.
Guys, there's a new word out there that women love throwing in every conversation these days. And I hate that word. That word is called partner. What the hell is a partner? Ladies, are we running a business together? Have we invested some capital into a business joint venture? So no, we are not partners. You cannot expect a man to spend his money on you or to pay all your bills, but call yourself his partner. Women always love using fancy words just to describe very simple concepts.
Guys, I just got back from a Hinge date. Why am I doing this to myself? So we scheduled to go to dinner. We are sitting at the restaurant. Seems very nice. Not a catfish. Things are going well. And the waitress comes over. She wants to take her order. And I said, okay, I'm going to take the branzino. And he said, I'm going to take the burger. And the waitress asked him, okay, how do you like your burger? He said how he likes his burger. And do you want some cheese on your burger? And he asked, is this gonna be extra? And she says, yes, it's $3 extra. And he said, okay, then never mind. I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat my branzino and see what happens. And he's like, oh my God, you have to pay extra for everything these days. And I'm like, yeah, it's New York City. So I got my branzino, he got his burger, we were eating. And once I was satisfied, I got up and I was like, I'm going to the restroom for a second. And I took my purse and I went to the waitress.
These women have no class, no decorum, nothing. They're just trash. Really? The man asked about $3 and you got upset to where you ditched him on the date? You fucking whore.
And I was like, hey, I just want to pay the bill. And I just paid the bill and walked out of the restaurant, and I texted him. So I texted him, the check is taken care of, you should have gotten the cheese. And I blocked him.
Women
at least she paid.
They believe that they are the only ones spending money to go on a date. But this is what they fail to realize. To attract a mate, women only need to be. Men have to become. Let me say it one more time. Women only need to be. Men need to become. What does that mean? If you are a man, women will never give you a chance if your life is in shambles. First, you have to financially build yourself up. You have to make enough money to be able to take care of yourself first, then make enough money to take care of her. So guys and ladies, let me ask you this question, right? How often do you see rich women dating or getting married to poor men?
Never.
Do you know why? Women are in business, men are in love. Women, on the other hand, only have to exist in order to attract a man. They don't have to build themselves up. How often do you see rich men dating or getting married to poor women? All the freaking time and since the beginning of time. Do you know why? Women are in business, men are in love. You never see the princess marrying the peasant. You never see the princess getting married to the peasant. But you always see the prince marrying the poor girl. Ladies, we don't give a damn about your degrees or how much money you make, unless you give us some of that money.
Which they are.
Excuse me, y'all. At the end of the day, I don't want to settle for what's not going to work for me. Yeah. Now, the second time I asked him, hey, you want to go do something? You know, as I proceeded to say, okay, well, let's go here. So the second time, since he said that I invited him when we sat down for dinner and the check came that I will have to pay, I paid. As you can see here. Did I mind paying? No. Was I a little confused? Yes. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying that he has to supply and pay for everything, but I don't believe in 50-50. I clearly paid the second time we went out on a date. Should I have put up an argument paying for the second bill? So tell me, who all on here believe in 50-50? Because why is 50-50 a major thing nowadays? Also,
because you women asked for it and fought for it. You didn't want us to think that you were fragile and couldn't do your own thing. You wanted to be boss babe, strong and independent. Don't need no man. We're giving it to you.
So expressed to him, I don't believe in 50-50, and he wanted a 50-50 type girl. I mean, am I wrong for wanting to cut it off? Remember, I'm dating and I've been single for so long. Going forward, I kind of know what I want, you know.
I mean, come on now. I mean, can you be more ghetto than that? These women have no decorum. She thinks it's cute and funny, but it's not. She should be happy and very grateful that anybody asked her on a date. As a matter of fact, she should have to pay me to go on a date with her. Gosh. And she wonders why she's been single for so long. Also, she should eat less, way less. That would really boost her chances to get a man. That would really help her get a man. Now, let's hear from a woman that will tell us exactly why men should not pay for dates. Let's watch the clip.
Oh, he needs to pay because you put $2K on your face. But who gonna pay the $800 car note and the $500 insurance on the car that he used to come get you?
$500 insurance ain't no joke. That's what I pay.
The $100 that he put in that gas tank to come get you. The outfit he bought to go on a date with you, that's probably like $200. The cologne that
maybe like $50.
he sprayed on him, that's probably like $100 or more.
Okay, my cologne is $150.
The haircut he went and got, that's like $50.
Correct, $50.
At this point, girl, you probably owe him.
I recently had my first 50-50 date. And I mean, I've been on 50 first dates in last year in Paris, which is the capital of 50-50 concept, but never ever happened to me. Never. And this guy, he really wanted to meet, but he was leaving for traveling for a few weeks, and he was like really wanting to meet, like, give me any kind of opportunity to see you. And I was like, okay, let's do lunch. Let's meet tomorrow, this time at lunch. I have like 1.5 hours. If it works for you, it works, somewhere in my neighborhood. So He kind of agreed on all of that. And then we had like really awkward 1 hour and a half. And then I paid 15 euro for my eggs. 15 euro. So I'm not traumatized, but I know it exists now. And it was very strange and unique experience.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys still want to keep supporting me, I did create a new channel. It's called ChowTime 2.0. It's gonna be a little bit different from this one. This one I do 5 videos a day. On that other channel, I'm only gonna do 2 videos a week, and it's gonna be a lot more in-depth, different talks, a lot more different topics. If you guys want to get my point of view on a lot of different other things, so please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.